Welcome into the trenches. I'm Sam Mays. Real quick, I want to thank our sponsors: MidFirst Bank, Laser Light Skin Clinic, the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum, Fire Lake Casino, and the Oklahoma Ford dealers. Driving in your best in Oklahoma. Ford dealers today for the best deals on Ford's full lineup of trucks and SUVs. Ford is the best in Oklahoma. All right, let's get to it. This weekend, I put a tweet out on Twitter, or X, that basically said that OU fans need to pump their brakes on the defense. It just blows me away that they don't remember 2018. So I'm going to give you some numbers here, all right? In 2018, the Sooner defense allowed 33 points a game, ranking them 101st in college football out of 130 teams. It was miserable to watch. I did a full season of college football covering the Sooners on the radio, and I barely mentioned the defense because it was painful. They had 12 turnovers the entire year. It was like the team was cursed. They could not find a way to get a fumble or an interception. And once they got them, it was sparingly throughout the season. 2018 was one of the worst defensive performances I have ever seen. And if you take all these great seasons that they've had under Lincoln Riley, right, these historic offenses, these Heisman Trophy quarterbacks, the Mayfields and the Hurts and the Kyler Murrays and all these guys, like exceptional football was being played. National championship caliber football was being played offensively for the Sooners, and the defense was nowhere to be found. It was unbelievable to watch that they could be in that position. I thought Alex Grinch should have been fired after the first couple of years he was there, but they continue to beat their heads against that wall. Watching OU defensively was a terrible experience. Fast forward to 2023. I'm watching an Oklahoma defense take the field with confidence, with poise, and with an understanding of how the defense works, which is saying a lot because the Venables defense is extremely complicated. And as the season goes along, these guys are going to do nothing but get better, right? You're taking a defense that I wouldn't necessarily say there's a ton of just superstar potential, right? I think that Danny Stutzman is going to be a star one day. That kid will probably get an opportunity in the NFL. But across the board, who else are you looking at and saying, hey, right now, I believe this is a first, second, third round pick, right? I don't think we're there quite yet with some of these kids. But as far as the total defense is concerned, they are playing as well as any of the top 25, top 30 defenses in the nation. And for those who don't know, you can win a national championship with a top 40 defense. It's happened, right? They don't have to be top 10. They don't have to be top 20. You can take it all the way up to 40 and find teams that have not only competed, but won national championships with a defense ranked in that 40. That's all the goal is, right? Top 30, top 25, all those would be great for this defense. Just don't be 101st. So right now, when you look at what they've done, the Oklahoma defense is only allowing 10 points a game, 10.8 points a game, and they are ranked 5th out of 133 teams in college football. They've got 13 turnovers through the first 5 games of the season. It's been an incredible night and day difference. So when you're watching the game last week and they make a couple of boneheaded mistakes, being overly aggressive in the secondary and give up a couple of big touchdown plays to Iowa State, maybe don't just lose your mind and start throwing things wherever you're out, talking about same old defense or same old Venables or any of those things. Times have changed in Norman, and it's very, very easy to see. This team group tackles. When it's solo tackles, they bring guys down to the ground. I mean, it's not even like watching the same team anymore. And if Levy and crew offensively can find a way to get it going along that offensive line and maybe just lean a little more into that run game, averaging somewhere around 4 to 4.5 yards a carry, now you're talking about a Sooner team that will take the field and win a potential semifinal opportunity and have a chance. And have a legitimate chance. I've never picked Oklahoma to win a semifinal game. Why? Because they had no defense, right? You can't go play the best teams in the country and not have a defense. In 2023, there is a defense in Norman, and they are going to continue to grow. And barring any sort of injury situation, knock on all the wood, I think they are going to find themselves firmly in that top 25 at the end of the year. So I'm here to say this, though, you fans. Check your brakes. Calm down. Understand that it's early in the season, and these kids in 2023 do not have a ton of live snaps coming into the year. They just don't. Gone are the days of Les Miles running 1,300 live snaps in the spring and doing the same thing in fall camp. Like, that doesn't exist anymore. These kids are getting very little physical contact, full speed, all in drills in camp. So when they get into the season, a lot like what you're seeing in the NFL these days, it takes a little bit, right? It takes 3 or 4 games to get yourself into football shape and get yourself playing the best brand of football that you can. So I'm looking at this weekend, OU Texas, and I honestly think this is going to be the best team performance that you're going to see of the Sooners, both offensively and defensively. I think it's time for them to finally take that next step into the season to help identify who they're going to be, whether it is a Big 12 championship contending team or a national championship contending team. But I'm here for it. I think there's a lot to celebrate in Sooner Nation. So everybody calm down a little bit and make sure you tune in. Be proud of the way where your team is at right now. I think everything's going to be okay. Big thank you for watching this show. And if this is your first time hearing or watching the show, be sure to subscribe on YouTube or on your favorite podcast app. And if you like what you hear, please leave a review. Thank you guys so much. This is In the Trenches. I'm Sam Mays. See you tomorrow.